on Oregon. I already said that. I've already said that. But here we go. Now, I love the fact that I don't need to do bans anymore because they're just automatically in the stream UI. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. But I still write them down in case for a rehost, just because you never know. You never know. All right, so I would expect to see a Thatcher or a Maverick ban coming up from these two teams. We are going to get Maverick first. That's the blue ban. So that's Maverick taken out of the picture. Thank you very much, Rachel Hardy, for the follow. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Let's see who we're going to get banned from the orange team, which is going to be Fragile. I'm guessing a Thatcher or someone similar. It is going to be Thatcher. No big surprises here. Thank you very much for the resub, Jax. Very much appreciated. So Thatcher and Maverick, two favorites to ban. No one likes playing against them. I'm just going to do something with my microphone. Bear with me because it's annoying me. There we go. That's that fixed. All right. Smoke is going to be the next one to get picked by Fragile, which is an interesting choice. A very interesting choice because a lot of people like to play Smoke specifically on elbow when you're playing down in the basement. So it's a bit of a surprise to see him getting taken off the board. I've adjusted my microphone again because I've decided I want it back. Kaid is going to get banned by Synq, and that isn't a huge surprise. Kaid is a very common ban, and I'm just not surprised to see him come out whatsoever. So he is going to be taken off, and Kaid will not be in play here tonight, which is very good if you're going to be playing downstairs in the basement, which, let's face it, most people are. Okay, now, if you're wondering what the two numbers at the top next to the team logos mean, it means their current position in the standings. So Synq is number 1, Fragile is number 6. That's how that's going to work. Now, Launch and Supply Room is going to be the first site to get played. We aren't going to see any 6 picks coming out. Both teams are perfectly happy with who they've decided to pick, except for Blur, who's going to get that last minute 6 pick in. He's going to get rid of the IQ and bring out Jackal instead. He wants to hunt down those dirty little roamers. All right. So downstairs in the basement, new season, same old maps. We do have a 9-map pool this season. So we've got the standard PC Pro pool, and in that we've also got Consulate and Theme Park. So the two maps that were most recently taken out are back in. The reason being is because they're not necessarily any less competitive than they were before. They didn't see much play before, not necessarily because they, well, a lot of people just didn't really like them, but some people did like them, especially Theme Park, so decided, hey, we've got enough competitive maps, let's just put 9 in the pool. So we do have 9 maps here, and that is what the teams are picking from. But even with all that variety, we are still going to get a pick of Oregon. Now, Logic coming out to have a little look for some drones. Zach is going to hold the angle here, waiting to see if he's going to get a pick onto anyone. They know exactly where he is. He's got to watch out for a pre-fire, but he is going to back out and not get caught out. Thank you very much, Den, for the 2-month sub. Very much appreciated, my guy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ah, Den, I've missed you. All right, so Blur Navi is going to be coming in from Garage, it looks like, to hunt down the roamers. We're going to have Nomad coming in to put down the air jabs, no doubt on the back stairs area and also the kitchen to stop any flanks. Now, it looks like we are going to have possibly a freezer take here, as Fletch on Ash and Epic Temper on Flores are coming in from the caravan side, and they are droning down that freezer staircase. So it looks like we are getting a freezer play here, which I'm very, very excited to see because you don't see it very often. Zach coming up thinking, hey, I haven't heard anything going on this back staircase for a while. Rotate's going to get opened up on the top floor, and that's going to allow Zach to make his way down the staircase to see if he can cut off the attackers at the pass. It looks like Fragile have just left the top floor and not really done much when it comes to hunting down the roamers there. They're just going to leave the top floor unchecked pretty much, it looks like, and Zach is going to be allowed to roam free as Epic Temper is trying to decide what he's going to do here in the freezer. The hatch is not open, and it looks like it's not going to get opened as Fletch is going to push his way down the staircase, pre-fires onto pretty common positions with Flores just droning ahead of him to get that intel. Drone is going to die, and Emperor is going to push very carefully himself as Na'Vi, Blur Na'Vi, and his teammates start to come around to the laundry staircase, and that is going to be the push along with the diffuser. Door gets opened up as Biden has taken a bit of damage. He's going to back out as he pushes up close onto this staircase. Going to pull out that shotgun, and he is going to take down 2. Well done to Synq with the early double kill there. With the Pengu plays, you love to see it. We've still got Ash playing in Freezer. It's going to see just the top of the head. I don't think she realized she opens fire. There's a second player there waiting for a refrag. A third player there as Blurred Na'Vi does take down Zach Synq. Oh, Fletch stands up and he sees the head, but he's just a little bit too slow on the trigger, and the player manages to put away just in the nick of time. Nursing just holding Highway as he moves around. He knows exactly where Ash is going to be, and he is going to take him down. That's the 3 kills there, and another one goes to Nursing as he takes down Blur, leaving Epic Tempera all on his own. Diffuser is dropped to the bottom of the laundry staircase. Epic just holding and waiting. Last 20 seconds to go. He's going to pick up the 1 frag onto Jaeger. That's Logic falling. 1 versus 3. Here's Legion come up behind him, but Duzmu is going to get the kill. And round number 1 is going to go to Synq, which, let's face it, is what a lot of people were expecting. Okay, now, we have the return of highlights this season. We didn't really have them last season. I did them at the end of the game, but not... But not during the game because of issues with the stream. It would lag and have frame rate troubles. But I've got a new streaming setup, so we're trying it all out here. We're trying it all out to see if we can get all of the standard stuff. Now, Dorms is going to be the second site to get picked by Synq. We have 1 6 pick. That's going to be Epic Tempera coming off of Twitch and going on to Ying. Now, Ying is a very good choice, and I'm looking forward to seeing how she's going to play out, because I do like a good Ying play. Ying is very, very good. Sixter in the chat saying, "I'd be surprised if Fragile even gets around." One of them is called Blurred Na'Vi, so he must be good. Says Den. Yeah, definitely. Aduzmo has been in Synq longer than Logic. Yeah, he's one of the longest new members. Synq and Kicks are pretty much the only original players left, I think. I mean, we're essentially seeing a top-tier Face-It squad right now. I did see that there was a Welly Synq. Welly has been inducted into the Synq squad. I don't know if that's a little sneak peek at a future roster change for Synq, but if it is, then basically that's 4 fifths. 4 fifths of Milkshake playing for Synq. Carl EGZ. Thank you very much for the sub. Very much appreciated. Thank you, my dude. Thank you, my dude. As we go up to Dorms, let's see what kind of setup we get here. We've got a pretty standard setup. Nothing unusual. No big changes here. We've got Zach flexing that go-for charm, as he is going to stick with his Mozzie. Now, let's see where the attackers are coming in. We've got Boom playing on the Nomad, coming in through blue, starting at the bottom, working his way up. Epic Tempera coming in over from Tall Tower side, and we've got 3 players coming over here from the Master Bedroom side. So it looks like we've got a classic pinch, but there isn't really very much hard breach here. Although I say that as I look at Ying, of course, she's got the hard breach charge herself, so she could open up T2 here. And it looks like that's what we're going for, as Epic Tempera is going to just check T3 to make sure it's safe before jumping in. And he's going to be responsible for opening up this wall here. But there is a signal jammer, which is going to cause a problem. But Boom can go down below and try to take that out from underneath through those soft floorboards. But John is going to get that first kill onto Logic. Well played to John, as we are now left in a 5 versus 4 with 2 minutes still left on the round. Iana does send through that Gemini, and it's going to get taken down as the C4 gets chucked out onto the balcony, but all players on Fragile are going to survive and start to push their way in. Fletch opens fire, but doesn't do enough damage to Zach. Manages to take up almost half of his health, but doesn't finish the job, as John starts to get this wall in the closet open. He's going to lay down and wait for someone to peek their way round from the trophy, because that is most often a way that someone's going to come. But trophy is actually in control now of attack, so no one is going to be coming through that way because Fletch is there. So he just needs to be watching the doorway of Attic, as we see 2 quick kills here coming out from Fragile. It's a 5 versus 2 grenade. Drone goes in as Nursing picks up a frag all of his own, and that's the 2 versus 4. The player on the kids window has backed out, and Nursing isn't going to be able to pick that one up. But Navi's going to get one, as John manages to get the last one, and that's a round going to Fragile, making it a nice little 1-1 at the end of the first half. At the end of the second round. I'm wishing the game away at this point. Hey, God, Zach, thank you for the follow. I'm sure you should be following me already, my guy. I'm sure you should be following me already. 3 out of 5 Revolving Genes ain't here. So I'm thinking Welly, Logic, Zach. Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry, I'm thinking Vyzen. So, yeah, 3 out of 5. So is that a little tease then, Mac? Do we have... Hey, I'm alright, best of the best. How you doing, my guy? Thank you very much. I just saw your message. Don't forget the... don't forget the stream delay, so you will hear this a little bit later. Dorms is going to get played again by the mighty Synq. Well, I say the mighty Synq. They've only got a 50-50 win rate at the moment. Let's take a look at some stats for Oregon. Now, we don't have stats from this this season, of course, because this is just the first game, but we do have stats from last season. If we bring those up on the screen... I pressed the wrong button. Let's press the right button and get some stats up. There we go. Overall, this map last season was 52% attacker favored and 48% defender favored. Kids Dorms, 57% attacker, 43% defense. We just saw attack taking the win on this site. So now is the opportunity. The opportunity, I say, for the defense to have their win. I don't know why I gave you a big, long, dramatic pause right there, but I decided to. Big, dramatic pause. All right, so Dorms is the site yet again. A Logic roaming around, making his way downstairs to the first floor, along with a Duzmu, who is barricading up Freezer's stairs. Now, I'm guessing he just wants to play around this area and he doesn't want to get caught out by a sneaky little player coming up there. Leisure Mind is going to go down for that early intel, but I don't think anyone's actually coming through there anyway, so that's not going to make the slightest bit of difference. In fact, no one came through this side in the last round. So a little bit of effort put over here for probably not much gain. But let's see what will happen anyway. Now, I would expect... I think a Legion Mine would be more useful around here rather than over here. But still, it is what it is. We have 3, 4 players up here, 5 players up here on site. Huge site hold here, just all turtled up in one spot. This is big commitment from Synq to this area of the map, as John is going to start opening up that closet wall. He's going to be holding the angle there onto the doorway. Impact Trick is going to come out. That's going to stop the rest of those A-Selmas from doing what they're supposed to do, as John opens fire onto the player over there in the attic door. I'm not 100% sure who that was, but Zach is going to claim the life of Fletch. That is the first kill on the board of the round, and that is going to Zach Synq. Now that is right there through that hole onto the balcony, I suspect, as Zach is just going to continue to play this position. Now, we can see the hard breach charge has opened up the attic wall. Stun grenades are going to go out, and a push is going to come in through here. We can see the Yokai up there. Oh, Temper almost gets his head ripped off, but instead it's the Yokai that falls. Nursing claims the life of one as Boom comes in to try to get that refrag, and refrag he does. But the damage has already been done. We are in a 4 versus 3, and Boom is very, very low on health, pre-firing through that Kid's Dorm window as he drops down to the floor. John just holding here onto the master bedroom with Navi at the bottom of the white stairs, thinking about how he's going to make his way up. He's got no footprints and 2 sets of barbed wire to make his way through. He will not be sneaking up here unexpected. That much I can guarantee you. Vyzen does claim the life of Boom, leaving John and Blur all on their own. Blur downstairs, still not sure what's going on. Pre-fires coming out from John, but not really going to do much with it. Blur is going to come around to come up through attic as John does take down one, and that's the 3 versus 2 now. 30 seconds left to go on the clock. John has diffuser in hand as Blur comes round. Diffuser is dropped as Aduzmu claims that life. Navi is the last one left standing. He's going to pre-fire through the doorway, but there is no one peeking out. 3 versus 1, as I say. 20 seconds left to go. Navi, Blur is going to rotate, but he is going to back out as the players are coming down that staircase, and Zach is going to claim that last kill, putting another round on the board for Synq. Big season coming for Synq, says best of the best. Okay, let's see what he knows. Laundry and supply room has become unlocked for Synq, so they are going to go back there as they are able to now. All right. What were these? Yeah, the replays. Okay, they were kind of okay. Hopefully my voice doesn't sound too weird. Like I say, it's a new stream setup, and I'm not sure I've got completely comfortable with the microphone yet. not sure I got completely comfortable with it. So, laundry and supply, we do have a 6-pick from Bandit onto Bandit coming out from Synq. Big brain play. Now, you do need wall denial here. I would assume that elbow is not going to get held.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
I assume it's not going to get held, considering we have no smoke plays. Do we have any shields? No, we don't have any shields, but we do have 4 C4s. We got a shed ton of explosives. I nearly said a different word there that I shouldn't say. Clayzo is not too familiar with Alpenfestung. ECF. ECF was another team like Oni, the real Mrs. Toot. All right, so let's take a look downstairs. We've got Synq playing Thunderbird. This is the first time we're really seeing her come out to play in TXB Pro. We're interested to see what people do with her. We can see that we've got one right here, which is a very standard spot to put one. Another one in here inside the little closet. Great place to have one. Ollie Synq. Who's Ollie Synq? Is that Nines? Because he's an Ollie, right? So Nines has left Reborn, so I'm guessing is this a little wink and a little nod that although MYR has now left Reborn and gone to Synq, that maybe Nines has left Reborn and gone to Synq as well? Oh. Synq just want to own every player in competitive right now, as Zach is going to claim the first life. That is Fletch taken out of play, and that's the Iana. Now that's a lot of utility loss. That's essentially infinite drones and frag grenades taken out of play here, as Zach is going to quick peek this doorway. Oh, he's going to go for the drone, but he's going to take a few shots as he tries it. He does drop in health, and he's going to get back to one of those Kona stations to heal himself up as Epic Tempera takes down a Duzmu, evening things out, making it a 4 versus 4. John playing as Ace is going to push his way in, knowing someone's going to be around pillars. He spots Zach peeking, but he's just a little bit too slow as the drone from Tempera gets picked up by Synq, but it does get taken out. Second drone is deployed, but that gets shot, and that is no drones left in the hands of Epic Tempera here. I know he's got one. It must have been another drone that got shot. That is not the best placed Claymore. That's easily walk-aroundable. We don't see the laser in this viewpoint, but we do see Epic Tempera taking down Zach. 3 versus 4, and Fragile not doing too badly here as a C4 gets ripped, but it doesn't do anything. Epic Tempera backing his way up the back stairs as Blurred Navi still not quite sure what to do from the last round. He is getting spotted on the cams, and he needs to do something about that because the intel is just being given to the defense. Synq playing in Freeze, a very common spot to deny the default plant. He's got the Kona station there to keep him alive as he does deny it. He's got one C4 in hand along with Vyzen, who is getting a cheeky rotate here. Going up the white stairs. Is he going to be coming down laundry stairs? As Logic does take a load of damage, but he does manage to pick off Tempera as he does it. Shotgun's going to be used to get the hot flanks here. 3 versus 3. Cheeky little look onto the hatch. This could be a big brain play coming out. But no, Boom knows that he's there and he does open fire and he's going to be able to hold him back. Stun grenade goes out and that player is going to fall back. 3 versus 2 as they know one is up top. They just need to deny the player that's in freezer and then get this plant down. But John isn't in sight. They've got sight control, but John's not making the most of it. He needs to move out and come over here and just stick this plant down. And he is going to go for it now. No, he's not. What's he doing? All right, it's going to put it here. Synq isn't in a position to deny it, but Boom is going to get that kill. Vyzen, last player left standing, and he's still messing around up top. He's got 3 kills to find, and then to get that diffuser. He's got 33 seconds to find 3 kills and stick that diffuser. Ollie Synq is what he says. Nekwa, thank you very much. Okay. All right, now, big time clutch situation for Vyzen. He was a big MVP for Synq in the last season. Let's see if he can do it this time. He does manage to take down 1. He's got 13 seconds to find another 2. He is going to find 1, but he isn't going to get the kill. Instead, the pleasure of that is going to go to one of the last remaining players of Fragile. And Fragile doing very, very well here, going 2-2 right now at the end of round number 4. This is not what a lot of people were expecting, I don't think. Okay, so let me just move that out of the way. There we go. All right, so Laundry and Supply Room is going to get played again. Synq clearly have their favorite sites right here. Let's see if they can pull out a win this time round. First time chat, Nekwa is Poo from Welly. Welly is Jean's maid. Oh, okay. All right, interesting. All right, so launcher and supply. Launcher and supply. Let's see what kind of setup we will get coming out here. I'd expect to see the standard... I say the standard stuff, but we've got no smoke in place, so we aren't going to get standard stuff as we know it down in launcher and supply room, because it just isn't possible, because smoke is so strong and has become so meta-defining in this elbow. Now, it's interesting to me that Fragile decided to ban Smoke and Thatcher, but they're not even attacking elbow. I mean, they've taken out a player that is key over here on this site, and they're not even attacking from this way. Typically, they're choosing to come through the freezer for the most part. Now, they did come through mostly this way in the last round, so... You know, they're not completely ignoring it. They're not completely ignoring it, but it's still an interesting choice. This time, actually, they are going to be making use of that ban and will be coming in through blue as we have 4 players right here. Fletch is going to jump on drones and he's going to spot the Thunderbird, but he is going to lose that drone immediately. As we can see outlines of defenders here through these drones. More drones getting taken out. We've got 6 drones left in the pockets. 6 drones left in the pockets of the attackers. Bear with me for a second, stream. Bear with me. All right. Okay, so 5 versus 5 as John, playing on Ace, is going to be droning around. As Epic Tempera is going to make his way down the back stairs. Sorry, I was just doing some admin stuff there. So apologies for the silence and the incoherent return. All right, so Blur playing as Hibana, pushing in to join his teammate Epic on Pillar. As John starts to make his way around. Nomad playing upstairs on the hatch, waiting for the rotates from Synq, but it isn't coming just yet. All of Synq just turtled up. This seems very, very dangerous right here. I mean, they've got ADSs protecting them from grenades, but it doesn't seem like a great choice to all sit around that Kona station as the boys from Fragile, or the boys and girls from Fragile, are starting to move their way in through blue. The Ella Grismot is going to go off. That is... Sorry, I say Ella Grismot. No, sorry, she's not in play. It is actually Epic Tempera with the lifeline. Confusing his own teammates. Pre-fires with the LMG, goes all the way down highway, but they aren't going to manage to get the pick. Flex starting to make his way in. But he's not going to capitalize on it. 40 seconds left to go. Still then a 5 versus 5. Zach, Synq and Vyzen both here with C4s in hand. Let's see if they can use this to deny the plant. One C4 is going to do a bit of damage as Zach takes down one. 4 versus 2 now with Boom making his way down the staircase. Navi pushing from blue. Boom is not known, but he pre-fires and gives his position away as he starts to push in through the laundry. Doesn't know there's a player to the left. Player to the left knows he's there, but Boom does take him down. He starts to push through. He hears the Kona stations, but he isn't going to be able to do anything about the players that have pushed into them. And Vyzen and Zach rather are going to get those last 2 kills, finishing off the round and putting another one on the board for Synq, putting them at an advantage. Right, bear with me for a second. I'm just going to pause. I'll be back in a moment. Just bear with me. Okay, cool. I have returned. Apologies, stream. I have returned. Let's play some replays for you. Let's see if I got any good ones from that last round. Kids Dorms, last site that we are going to get to see Synq playing on defense unless we go to overtime, of course, in which case they can go back there. Outlines are scuffed, says Josh C. Do you really see the outlines on console? It's an option in PC to turn on. I think it's rim lighting or something. I wasn't sure if it's actually in on console. To be honest, I'm not interested in having banned uniforms. I don't really care about it. It causes more problems than it's worth with protests, etc., etc. If the community decides that rim lighting actually does enough, where things like North Star and all these things that people complain about aren't actually an issue anymore, then I would happily remove the banned uniforms rulings. But community still does make noise about banned skins. So for now, as long as it's banned, we don't want people using banned uniforms. At the end of the day, it's breach of rules, right? So 5 versus 5. We are 10 seconds into the attack phase, and I apologize, my voice just keeps on breaking. Like I say, it's been a month since I casted, so my voice has to get back into the flow. All right, so we've got some nice flank drones set up here. We've got one played there in kitchen from Boom. That's nice. That's nice. I do like this. Easy to spot and get taken out, but it is there. That's the main thing. Buck down below, doing some damage to the floor, looking for a pick up above. We do have a player just up there. That is Logic playing on Goyo along with Nertincon. Whamai. We have a very heavy on-site game coming out from Synq in this matchup here tonight. They don't seem to like roaming a lot. At the most, it's one player just moving about the building with everyone else just turtling up for the most part. Yellow Ping's going out here onto Jaeger, but he is going to fall back. Buck would have had an easy pick there, but they know he is on a pretty default spot. We've got Zofia playing just outside, but she isn't going to jump in through that window. Duzmu does fall to the hands of Boom. And yeah, Fragile doing pretty well at the moment as Boom is going to make his way up that white staircase onto Canadian. There is a refrag from Zach, leaving us in the 4 versus 4. Player is heard on the top of Freezer stairs, but Zach is the one that gets the kill. 4 versus 3. Now as the boys and girls from Fragile are left short or down, a deficit of 1. When it comes to the man count, drones all over the place out here from Fragile. Still got 8 drones left in their pocket available to use as 2 have been killed. We've got John playing as Ace outside that double window, waiting for a pick, using that disgusting red dot sight. I don't know how anyone can bear to use that as Epic Tempera makes his way up that white staircase. Zach getting a fair bit of damage done to him. He's waiting for the Thunderbird Kona to come to life, but he decides to go for the other 2, and he is going to get pretty much up to full health thanks to those 2 Kona stations. John continuing to drone, 1 minute left on the clock with Epic Tempera having control of the top of white stairs. He gives his position away. They now know that he's there as John claims the life of 1. 3 versus 3 with 50 seconds left to go. Na'Vi, Blur, down below, looking up, trying to find those footprints, but he isn't going to find any. Not at this point. Epic Tempera still holding here at top of white stairs, but Goyo is going to peek that, and Tempera is going to back out as John getting ready to jump in here through that double window. He's about to get... Oh no, that player's over in games. You can see one downstairs. C4 comes out. We've got 2 players on site. That C4 is not visible to John. He's not going to be able to take that down. Epic Tempera trying to deny the player in trophy. Just pre-firing everything. He's got to move in. C4 gets pulled, but he does get killed with the SMG-11. Na'Vi down below is going to claim the life of 1 as he moves up white stairs. John has defused it, but he's going to drop and join his teammate on white stairs as he falls to the C4. John pushing his way in. There's not much he can do. He needs to find the 2 kills, but he isn't going to find 1 as Vizon is going to claim his life. And that is the 4-2 split at the end of the first half. Yeah, make sure you turn on those outlines, Joshy. Make sure you turn them on. Big brain plays from AS on how to get out of gold. All right, laundry and supply room. As we switch sides, we do see Fragile going on to defense, and they're going to bring Tachanka. Are they actually going to bring him for laundry and supply room? To be honest, it's no, we all know it's no longer a troll. Very good at area denial. Very good indeed. And he actually is a good pick. If you pick him for dorms, for example, you can set him up in Swamp, in Attic, and you can use his Tamika, Toulouse, I forget how you pronounce it, but you can use that weapon, his gadget, to just shut down that push through Attic for quite a long time. Some players will just rush right through it, but, you know, if you lay it down right, you can just bounce them off of the wall and just... yeah, deny that Attic push for a fair bit of time using Tachanka, so he is a good pick. So I'm interested to see what they're going to be doing with him downstairs here on Laundry. Very excited indeed. Hey, Cobra, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for coming along. Mac, I just need all of the guys to put their Twitch handles into the team channel, and then I'll give you all your VIPs. All right. You don't need it today because, to be honest, I mean, it's useful for getting around sub-only mode. We're not using sub-only mode today, so it's no big deal for today, but we will get it for you. So, Mac, if you can just get your guys to put your Twitch handles into your team channel, then I will give out the VIPs later on today or tomorrow. All right, so we are going to have a 5-player hold on site here coming up from Fragile, pretty much like we saw from Synq, as we have the players coming in from the caravans, and they're going to start, or junkyard as it's officially called. We are going to have droning here from a Duzmu. Zach is just holding here in kitchen, just watching the cereal, just thinking, whoa, I fancy some of that right now. Could go for a bit of cereal. Synq had a great season last season. They did very, very well. They played something like 21 maps or 18 maps, and they had the strongest win percentage of any team in TXB Pro. I think they had like an 80% win rating or something like that, if I remember rightly, from the Hall of Fame. It's in the server Hall of Fame, so if you really want to know, you can look at that and you can get that intel. But we are getting a freezer take coming out here from Synq as they have the hatch open. Pings are going out. A Duzmu making his way around to the freezer staircase. Drone gets taken out of play as Nursing is going to take Epic Temper out of play. So that is a Rooney down. That's a good gun taken out, but Blur Navi still has the Roni playing here on the defensive side as Mozzie. So we still have that good gun in play, just on a different operator. Aiming a little bit too low there. I think he's expecting someone to crouch walk their way down that stairs, but they're not. They are just running down, and he is just a little bit too low. That's not the Gemini coming through. I don't know, it is the Gemini coming through. As Fletch is going to take down a Duzmu. Gemini is going to get stopped in his tracks as Zach comes round to capitalize on that. Gon 6 is going to go down, but it's not going to do anything, as it sounded like an ADS swallowed that right up. 3 versus 4 as Diffuser is dropped in freezer. We've got Fletch holding that long angle onto the freezer from Laundry. 50 seconds to go. QVXY holding it down from over here as Navi claims the life of Zaxing. There we go. That's what the Tachanka is for, us to area deny this freezer, as Logic can't really do a great deal. I feel like he can push his way through. He's going to open fire, but he's not going to do enough damage as Nursing takes down Fletch. Nursing and Logic, last 2 players left standing. They are pinching onto the defense with 25 seconds left to go. One coming in from each side of Launcher and Freezer. Oh, but John does take down Nursing because, Logic sends out a stun grenade, or someone sent out a stun grenade. Someone got blinded, and then Logic got killed. And that's how that works. So, first round on defense in the second half is going to go to Fragile. Now, there was a round earlier where we had the diffuser planted. When was it? There we go. Round number 4, we saw a diffuser planted. And that's the only time we've actually seen it go down. And we do love objective plays. We do love objective plays. Where are the replays? Yeah, Tachanka is good these days. Cobra, like I say, if you guys put the Twitch... I think you can do it as mod. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, like I say, Cobra, if you guys just put your Twitch handles into the team channel on Discord, and I'll sort you guys out with the VIP. So I don't know all your Twitch handles. I mean, I know yours. I know Macros. But I don't really know everyone else's. So yeah, just put them in the team channel. Alright, so interestingly, we are going to meeting and kitchen. I like this. This is what I want to see. Same old maps, but we're actually getting some variation. We're not just going to laundry and dorms. We are actually mixing it up, and it's not often you see meeting and kitchen get played. Now, let's remind ourselves of the stats for this map. If we take a look, meeting and kitchen has a 100% defensive win rate. If you look at the stats for dining and kitchen, both sites have a 100% defensive win rate. Now, to be fair, each site was only played like 2-3 times at most. So, you know, it's not ideal data, but the fact is that it's got a good win rate. as defense. So, you know, I just think we should see more defenders playing here. Sorry, I got distracted with admin bits. Yeah. I need to get admins that will watch these games and do stuff in the server while I'm casting. Now we have random gunfire coming out from meeting through the holes in the floor here, trying to take the early picks onto the attackers as they push their way in. Utility getting put down here. Logic going to deny the flank up through Trophy or from White Stairs. Oh, C4 is going to take down Nerd Synq. Nice pick there coming out. Well played. Well played. That's a good bit of utility as well. Though to be fair, on this site, the soft breach isn't really 100% necessary because it is mainly hard breach. There isn't really anything you can do with the soft. So it's not a huge loss to take Buck off the board, but Nerd Synq is obviously a great gun. 4 versus 4 as it is traded. Na'Vi Blur is going to get dropped. He's on the Mozzie. He can just go to watch his cams, but he cannot move his drones around, of course. He cannot move his drones around. Now we have the one player on the back stairs. 2 players on the back stairs start to push down, but Fletch has got the angle. And if they push down here without being paying too much attention, they could get dropped. We've got Epic Temperate playing on mute. He is going to fall, though. I went to him thinking he was going to get a kill, but he didn't. He got killed instead. As John manages to take one with the Alder, but a quick refrag onto Boom. Caesar's left in a 3 versus 2, a 3 versus 1. As Fletch is the only man left alive. He's going to take a few bullets to the back as he runs out of the site. But he doesn't look up to the hatch because that's exactly where Logic Synq is. He's playing up here on the hatch. He waits patiently. Fletch comes back. Fletch gets dropped. Round goes to Synq. And it's 5-3 to Synq right now. Synq doing very well. 2 rounds away from taking the dub. Don't forget, this is best of ones, and we do have overtime available. Josh C in FPL. All right, so let's take a look. We are going to head upstairs to dorms. Meeting and kitchen, just not paying off for Fragile. Just not paying off. But that's okay. They took the chance. And they are going to move back up to a more standard... Oh no. I just saw Clazo having a pop at Rabbit in the chat. Oh, poor Rabbit. A lot of you probably won't remember Rabbit. I remember Rabbit. He was in the first ever grand final that I casted. He did not have a good... Well, one map was awful. The next map was great, but I think he gave up comp after that game. Twitch chat was merciless. All right, so Fletch is going to be opening up the rotate here, playing on that Aruni. We are going to have Epic Temper reinforcing the walls here in Trophy. That is there to Attic. That's exactly what we expect. Standard reinforcements, and these will no doubt get reinforced in a moment. There we go. Epic Temper doing the job. 2 ADSs to stop any grenades from coming through. Standard shield being placed here by the kids' dorm doorway. That's going to be used to deny people from pushing in through that door, along with that Saria gate. And it also helps to deny players from pushing in through that breach that's no doubt going to get opened up here on the attic wall. Sorry, not attic, that closet wall. It's been a month, guys, since I casted. Forgive me, please. Forgive me. Signal jammer being used in an effort to stop that wall from getting open, but of course you just go down below and you can shoot that from underneath. We've got the hatch here opened in attic, ready for a drop and rotate coming from Fragile at some point. And we've got Epic Temperate playing over here in the small tower. Now he's got the window slightly open. He's going to open it a little bit more. It is spotted. The bullets are going to rain down onto that window and he is going to have to back out in order to save his own life. But that is going to waste a little bit of a time. It's going to waste a little bit of time there for Doozmo as he watches that window waiting for a possible run out, but it isn't going to come as Temperate has backed out and probably won't go back there for the duration of this round. Now the push is clearly going to be coming over here from attic. The wall is already open. Players are going to be making his way over here to the armory staircase. No, he's going around to the other side. We are going to get a classic push in here through the meeting room. What am I saying? The games room wall, the closet wall, as we do have drones. It looks like, oh my bumpers, drones possibly checking to see what's going on. They know that there's a signal jammer in there. They need someone to go down and take that out of play though. Bison could yellow ping it if he can get a drone in there, but it's going to be difficult to get the drone in. They've got the second signal jammer, and it's got to get past Fletch first. Zach is looking. Zach, don't forget there's a drone hole right over here that you can make your way through. You don't have to go through that doorway. Oh, C4! C4 takes out Vison. F in the chat for Vison, the first player to fall in this round. 4 versus 5 in favor of Fragile right now. Fragile not looking too shabby. Epic Tempera still down below, waiting for a late flank. Na'Vi watching cams, giving the intel, saying that, hey, there's a player pushing in. We need to watch out for that one, boys. We're watching that same camera as that closet wall does get opened up by Ace. Not quite sure how they took the signal jammer down, but they did. That is the main thing for them. Gemini is going to run in and it's going to get stopped by Fletch. That's the position given away, as we are going to see Epic Tempera and Fletch playing here on this white stairs. Player repelling up to game's window, getting ready to move in to support his teammates. He's going to have trouble because of this big hole in the wall. Another player on Synq drops. That's logic down. 5 versus 3. C4 is going to get rid, but it's not going to do anything as Synq goes for a trade there. He does manage to get 1. Fletch takes down another. 2 versus 3. 15 seconds left to go. The attackers have to push in and play for kills here. Juzmu is going to get 1. He's not going to get a second as he starts to make his way through to Kids. They don't have the diffuser in hand. They've got to get these kills. Blur does drop. Epic gets 1. He's just going to run away. And he is going to clutch the round up based on time. He clutches it up on time. Nicely done. Nicely done. Wait a minute. I've written down some things wrong here. No, wait a minute. How did he get that on top? Oh, because they're on defense. I've been writing down the wrong things. There we go. That's it, corrected. Attack. Right. Dorms goes in favor of Fragile, who are playing on defense. They won it based on time. Because, of course, only defenders can win on time unless the diffuser is down, but then it counts as an objective win. So, that was a win based on time. Round number 9 as we go to round number 10. Again, guys, apologies. A whole month since I casted. I'm struggling to get back into this. But I will. I will. Laundry and supply room. Next site to get played by Fragile. Let's see what they can make happen up here as they play on Oregon round number 10. Oh, I forgot to throw out the replays. Let's do some replays now quickly for you. Just to keep Clazo happy. Hello? Oh. All right. Is there actually replay sound? No, there isn't for some reason. Why not? Interesting. Oh yeah, because I keep this going. All right, fine. Curious as to why there's no replay sound. There should be replay sound. Something I need to check. I'll look into it, ready for tomorrow's stream. We won't worry about it now. 5 versus 5. Let's get back to the game. Let's get back to the game. Alright, 15 seconds in to the attack phase, or the action phase as it is actually called. Epic Tempera playing here on the top of the white stairs, or freezer stairs rather, waiting for a player to push through. Logic is going to be droning it out. Finds there's no one in showers. Zach droning out dining, finding there's no one there. Logic getting ready to push in. Vison coming around to join him. And this is the way they're going to come through. Tempera has been spotted, so he's going to move out, try to finish off that drone, but he's going to miss every single shot that he takes. And that drone is going to live on, continuing to roll around upstairs. And that means that Fragile are going to give up on that position. They are known. They are going to back out and go somewhere else instead to try and defend laundry and supply room another way. Epic Tempera are going to be holding here onto the pillars. There's a Juzmu getting ready to push in through lobby. Zach in garage, he's going to be coming in the same way. They've got the intel they need and they're starting to make their way through to push the way they want to push. Zach getting into meeting to make sure he doesn't get caught out by any more players coming up the freezer staircase. But he is, of course, prone to flanks through meeting here if someone decides to come up the back stairs. But it is very rare for a defender to push that way up and come through here because, of course, it's so common for attackers to push this way. But instead, we have a big freezer take coming out here from Synq. Synq there getting ready to use his hard breach round. he's not going to. He's not going to use it on the freezer just yet. He's going to open up those rotates first. Then that hatch is going to get opened up. Signal jammer on top of freezer stairs has been taken down. Drones are going to be clear to move down to freezer as Nursing is going to follow down the drone of Zach. Boom knows that it's there. He's going to move his way out, but he's not quite sure where that drone is. He doesn't know if he should be looking for it or if he should be watching his back. But he does need to be watching his front first, as Logic has the drones, and he is giving that intel, just watching the flanks. And this is something that Synq are very, very good at, is drone flank watch. Troy's drone is going to go in to try to take down some utility, but there isn't much there to find just yet. That drone is going to get stopped before it manages to find anything. Synq pushing through in laundry, has control, waiting for someone to show themselves. As Nursing does take some damage, he doesn't give too much back. Boom is taking some heat here in the kitchen, in the freezer rather. The exact place you shouldn't be getting heat is the freezer, but Boom is feeling it as two players are starting to push their way down. C4 is going to get ripped, it's going to get sent out, but it's not going to do anything as Fletch is dropped. 3 quick kills come out from Synq, as Na'Vi manages to claim 2. Blur Na'Vi claims 2, but Zach and Adu's move managed to pick up 2 swift ones of their own, putting the round in favor, not even in favor, but on the board for Synq, putting them onto match points. They just need to win one more round. Okay, launch and supply room. It's going to get tried again here by Fragile. They can't go back to dorms because they won it just a round ago. So it is still locked. They cannot go back there. They're not going to go to meeting and kitchen again or try dining. They're going to go back to launch and supply room. This time, we are going to get a 6-pick from Bandit onto Mirror. Now, this could be a good play. Because we saw the attackers coming down through freezer and through laundry, you can use that classic year 2, year 3, pretty much every year that old Oregon was in play and that Mirror wasn't banned. You'd have her set up in the closet right here with a little mirror window, just waiting to peek out onto anyone that made their way through this section of the map. Now you can also set one up here to watch down onto freezer, so I wouldn't be surprised to see one mirror window here and another one over here. Let's see what the setup is going to be. You can also see a mirror window here, but considering we haven't seen big pushes coming from freezer, I'd be disappointed to see Fletch put a mirror window up there just yet. I'd like to see one get placed and then maybe save the other one. Could we get a rehost here? There is still time to rehost. 30 seconds into action phase, you can rehost as long as no one has died. We are getting a call for a rehost, so let's do it. Bear with me, stream. Bear with me. This matchup. Now, with the rehost, because a round was in progress, we have to see the same site get played, and we have to see the same operators, and it's supposed to be the same 6 picks as well. I'll be honest, I can't remember what the 2 teams had, so I'm relying on them being legitimately playing as the correct operators here. All right. So, launch and supply, Mirror is going to get 6 picks, so good. I do remember that being the play, so that's very good to see. And of course, they will want to keep that hidden as well. She may have been droned out already. They may already know. Hey, Oreo Cow 2, thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciated. Woken Sync, thank you very much for the resub to you too as well. And ASR6, thank you very much for the resub. Apologies that I missed that earlier. Hopefully you're still there. And you can hear me thanking you. All right, so as we go downstairs to launch and supply room, for what possibly might be the very last round of this matchup. Bear me for a second, stream. I'm going to sneeze. No one needs to hear me sneeze. It isn't pleasant. All right, so that's done. Okay, so like I talked about before we did the rehost, we've got one mirror going up here, standard positioning. Let's see where the second one's going to go. Is it going to go up here in electrical, which has become a very common spot to hold down the blue push, but because we didn't see Synq coming through blue last time, I'd be disappointed to see Fletch stick a mirror window up there straight away. I'd like to see it where it's a case of, hey, let's keep a mirror in the back pocket, And when we see where they're pushing, let's put that second mirror window down. If we see it's a heavy freezer push, we'll stick it up here on freezer. If we see that people are coming from blue, then we'll put it over here on electrical. Now we can see that there are actually 2 players from Synq coming over from the blue side. So it could be that that mirror window does get put up there. Fletch sitting here waiting, and he is starting to make his way over. Is he coming to put that window up? Yes, he is. Great plays from Fragile. This is the kind of thing we like to see. People using their heads and their utility very, very smartly, and not just setting up a default, but actually waiting to see what the attack is doing before you put down all of your utility, especially utility that you can't pick up and move later. Mirror windows being one of those bits of utility that you can't just pick up and put somewhere else. It's not an ADS. It's not a Mozzie Pest. Once you put it down, you're committed. So good to see that coming out there from the defense. As 1 drone is going to get taken out of play. That leaves us with 7 on the side of the attack. Player is heard on the blue stairs. Now, Iana is going to know that someone's on pillar because there's always someone on pillar. Drone does get taken out of play. Its temper is going to back out, leaving Zach droning down that blue staircase, or the back staircase, as Nursing and Logic are stacked up here on the hatch. Now, this is a big play coming in from blue side this time around for Synq, trying to mix it up, and that's what we like to see. Teams mixing things up and doing something a little bit different from what they've done before. Keep the players on the other team guessing. Keep the enemy guessing. That is number 1. We do have Mira right there. She's not going to get yellow ping, but Zach is going to peek it, but Fletch has already moved 5 versus 4 as Nursing gets that refrag. 4 versus 4 now with Mira getting taken out. He is going to be looking around for something to watch and give his teammates intel, but he is going to just watch his teammates instead, rather than watching the default cans or any possible flank drones that were set up. Utility being spent all over the place as Epic Tempera watching down highway, prepping that C4, but it's not going to be of much use. We do have 1 attacker there. It is Nomad who gets spotted. Logic is going to back out very, very quickly after taking the first couple of shots and is not going to re-peek it. Heavy suppressing fire and positions being held here by the attack as Boom manages to get the quick double with the shotgun, but he does get traded. Logic is the last player standing in a 1 versus 2. It's up to him to clutch this match point. Otherwise, Fragile are going to go to 6-5 and increase their chances of getting a win here tonight. Stun grenades are going out. Pre-fires onto default standing spot in freezer, knowing that that is where a plant dinar is normally going to be stood. As Logic starts to push his way around pre-firing, giving his position away. He needs to be very, very careful because Epic Tempera is standing right there behind him, but it's going to be Blur that gets the kill. And Fragile do put another round on the board there. And we go to the very last round before a possible overtime. It's either going to be a 7-5 or an 8-something. Let's see what these 2 teams will pull out of the bag. Hey, why are people talking about my sneezes in the chat? Just to... Hey, thank you very much for the gifted subs, Clazo. I didn't realize they were your gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, dorms. Last sight of regulation. Oh, I must ban someone on Twitch by mistake. All right, last round before we go to overtime, if we go to overtime. Synq have some work to do here. They went into the second half with a 4-2 split. Fragile have done a good job at holding it together and not completely losing it. And they do still stand a chance of going to overtime. Now, if you win in regulation, you get 3 points. If you lose in regulation, you get 0 points. If you win in overtime, you get 2 points. And if you lose in overtime, you get 1 point. So there is still a lot here to play for Fragile. Even if they don't win this, if they can just lose it in overtime rather than regulation, they'll at least get a point on the board. Now, because it's the Swiss system, it's based a little bit more on number of wins and who you play next rather than points. But the points basically do account for where you place in the standings. So you do still need the points. But the way the Swiss system works is that winners play winners and losers play losers. At the end of this week, the winning teams will play against each other next week, and the losing teams will play against each other until win records start to balance out. You know, and you'll have a team that's won 1 game and lost 1 game is likely to play against another team that's lost 1 game and won 1 game. If you've won 2 games and another team has lost 2 games, you're not going to play together in round 3. That's for sure, in week number 3. Because of that win record. That's just how Swiss system works, and that's how we're doing it. But points are still what determines the standings. Now, we do see that Mozzie gets taken out very early on here from defense. So, yeah, that's unfortunate because you need him alive to use those drones that he's picked up. Let's see if they can still capitalize here. C4 gets chucked out, but it goes all the way down to the floor. Logic is standing up here on the roof just laughing to himself by the fact that, yeah, that was nowhere near, bro. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. 5 versus 4 now. Juzmu holding this dirty little angle above the game's window, waiting for someone to peek it, but I'd be surprised if someone does. On the roof, drone is going to go in here. It's going to see if it can find its way past the pest. It can just sneak its way through, but Blur is going to push forward as we have Blur? Bison. I don't know why I said Blur. Oh, because I've got him queued up to be viewed next. There we go. That's why. That's why. Ah. Observation woes. 5 versus 4 with 1.5 minutes left to go. We need to see... Well, the pressure here is all on Synq. They have to make the plays because at the end of the day, the defensive team can just sit back, do nothing, and still win the round. So it's all important here that Synq start to make plays. Now, shots go down onto the shield. Fletch needs to be very, very careful because that angle is going to be held by that Iana as Boom does take one down. C4 gets prepped. Checking those cams, seeing where the players are. C4 is going to go out. Oh, it's going to tickle Zach, and it's going to do a fair bit of damage to Bison, but he is going to remain alive. Signal jammer goes down. That wall is going to now get opened up, so Bison has a way in if he needs it. Zach takes down 1. 4 versus 3. They're going to open up a hole into the attic. This can either go against you, or it can go for you. It all depends on how the defenders play this. Oh, Boom just gets away with his life there. As gunfire rains down from the attic from a Juzmu, as Bison falls to the hands of John, and Boom gets another one of his own. Boom gets a second there. 1 versus 1. Boom versus Zach. Zach has diffuser. He has control. 24 seconds to go. Boom. Pulling back. He's got the shotgun. He can play it up close on a hole, but Zach is going to go for that plant. Boom is going to hear it and is going to start to push in, but he can't do much because the fire. C4 goes out, does nothing. As Boom is waiting here patiently for Zach to come through. Zach, he does. And that's a 3K there at the end. It might have been 4, but I saw 3 of them specifically. Nice little 3K there coming out. Poor Boom there to win that round for his team. Well played, dude. Well played. Taking it to overtime. What a game number 1 we have come into here, ladies and gentlemen. What a game number 1. All right, the replays are silent. I see what's going on. It's because it's muting. Yeah, I see what's happening. Okay, I'll fix that for the next stream. I'll fix it for the next stream. Right, all bets are off at this point. All bets are off. Dorms is the site of choice.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Let's see what. Let's see what Fragile can do here. They've just won it. Not convincingly. It relied on Boom to do a lot of work at the end. You can't rely on one player every single time. He did a lot of work there for his team. So, it's by no means... Hey, Force Rocker, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. It's by no means a given that Fragile are going to win this round just because they won it the last time. They played this site twice already. Actually, they've won it both times they played here. This is a good site for Fragile. We saw this site played 3 times by Synq, and they only won it twice, which actually is the same amount of times as Fragile. Synq played it 3 times, had a 66% win rate. Fragile have played it twice. They've got a 100% win rate, but this round could make the difference. Could make the difference. But let's see what is going to happen. Now, we can see it's going to be a T3 and Attic take coming out here from the boys on Synq as they take control of T3 very, very quickly and start to make their way in. Synq with the hard breach round is going to open up that cheeky little hole here. And Boom is going to come up and he's not going to be able to do anything about that because that's not how signal jammers work. You need bandit batteries for that kind of stuff. Boom, that does not work here. Now we've got 1 signal jammer over there. We've got 1 behind the shield. That's going to stop the drones from coming through. That's 2 drones denied. We've got a heavy stack up here from Synq as Logic is getting ready to chuck in that stun grenade and start to push in. Stuns go out down to Swamp. 2 explode. 3rd one goes down. All stuns are now used and the utility in Swamp is spent. Boom probably wants to reinforce that wall right now because this is very, very exposed here. Thank you very much for the follow, Ethan Notes. I'm pretty sure you followed me already, my dude. Did you unfollow for some reason? This isn't what we like. All right, standard default cam is still up there at the top of Armory Stairs. That's going to need to get taken down at some point. Logic just watching the Gemini running around as Logic has taken some damage from somewhere. Boom up close with a shotgun. Thanks to this signal jammer stopping drones, he might get away with that unknown, but no one is actually coming that way anymore. They've switched it completely. Synq has rotated over onto Kid's dorm's window as Logic and Zach are coming through from the trophy side with Bison coming over from the master bedroom side. Zach down below looking to take down some utility from underneath, it seems. Gon 6 is going to be used for that. Signal jammer is taken out of play. And John is going to have to back out. He's going to hold his position up here on the table. Very common spot. Drone is likely to find him as it goes in. The shield gets pinged. All sorts of utility stacked up there on that trophy doorway. Yellow ping onto Mute, who is going to not move out of the way, but there's no one on Attic to do anything about that. No one at all. As a Duzmu is going to send in his drone to do some damage. He's going to need to... I'd rather he took down the utility on that trophy doorway, in all honesty, rather than worrying about that one shield. He got a Kona station. Although, to be fair, that Kona station could do great guns for Synq as they start to push in. Oh, Boomsy gets away with it there as Zach starts to follow him in. And he does get the pick. But 2 players on Synq are down. 3 versus 2 now as 2 players fall on the side of Fragile. We've got one at the top of the white stairs who is going to get picked off, and all of a sudden it's a flurry of kills in the kill stream, and Synq take the first round of overtime playing on attack. So both teams have played Dorms 3 times and have a 66% win rate there. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see Dorms coming out again. There we go. Dorms has been picked. I'm going to wait before I write it down, because it wouldn't be the first time that a team has 6-picked the site on me just after I've written things down. Just reading the stream. Right, so Blur Navi is going to 6-pick Habana, as a Duzmu is going to 6-pick Legion. He's going on to the Mozzie. Blur, not yet decided. We're going for Thermite. Nice. We are going for Kids Dorms. And Thermite's going to be in play. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. All right, so
Locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Synq currently in the lead 7-6. They just need to win 1 round, whether it's this one or the next one, in order to take the win. Fragile have to win the next 2 rounds in order to take game number 1. I like Six's call based on the names of the Fragile team members. Bimsy, and Kvigzy. I don't know how you pronounce them, but I do know Bimsy. Bimsy is Boom, so I'm just calling him Boom. QVXY, for those who wondered why I say John, I don't know how you pronounce QVXY. It's not a word I recognize. So I'm just calling him John. I did ask to be fair to me, in the Discord channel, I did say, how do I pronounce QVXY? No one replied to me, so I'm just calling him John. If you're not going to tell me how to pronounce your name and you haven't written it in a way that's readable, then I'm just going to call you whatever I want. So I did ask. All right, so Zach running around downstairs. We've got a player here rappelled up. Oh, that's going to get heard. Blur is going to be holding a position here, waiting for that player to show him. He sees the legs, but he doesn't open fire. Very, very reserved. Zach, is he going to come back for some more? No, he's not. He's going to head over to the kitchen. And we can see there's an attacker all the way over there. Oh, Epic Temper manages to down Zach Synq, but he doesn't finish him off. He tries to do it with a lifeline. Ironically, but Aduzmu is going to come in to try to get that refrag, but he doesn't realize that Epic Temper is right there. Unfortunately, he manages to make it past. Temper does finish off that kill, but he is very quickly refragged by Aduzmu. Ah, my word. All right, he is going to heal himself up, and he is going to get back into the fight as Fletch does full 4 versus 3. Logic taking him down with the mighty 416 carbine. Let's see if he's got any more action coming his way. He is on the laundry staircase as he pushes his way up. Boom is right here on the bottom of that staircase, waiting for him to come back up. He's going to move into classroom. And he doesn't realize that Jaeger's right there. Jaeger opens fire, gives himself away, and Logic runs back down and goes for a rotate over to the back stairs, it seems. Vyzen just waiting on sight. Aduzmu watching Trophy. Nursing gonna use those drones for plant denial should they be needed. Boom, watching that freezer staircase, waiting. A lot of utility, or a lot of manpower rather, being spent here watching for flanks, and that's exactly what you need from your roamers. You don't necessarily need them to get kills, but you do need them to waste time. And they have wasted, Logic rather, has wasted a lot of attacker time here just watching doorways. As Boom is making his way up White Stairs onto Canadian, and Aduzmu holding Trophy with Logic
Bomb located by attack.
coming for that flank up the White Stairs, but he is holding and waiting. Thermite is going to drop in somewhere. That's down to the window. 50 seconds left to go. We need to see Fragile make a move. This is not looking good for them right now if they don't start making moves. He's going to bait out the player downstairs, but Logic is going to get that kill as John takes down one. But Blur is the last player standing in a 1 versus 3, and it looks like we are going to get a Synq win here if Synq play their cards right. Let's see what's going to happen. Pre-fires go out. Blur manages to take down the Aduzmu, but he's still got a lot of work to do. 1 versus 2 now. Vyzen and Logic just need to sit and wait patiently. Logic back to site to help his teammate out. Vyzen sends out that C4, and that is going to claim the life of Blur. And he gets the round for Synq, and Synq win it. 8-6.
Synq wins 8-6.
Yeah, new for the stream. New for the stream. All right. So. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. We are here. So,